There's a tiny little L&N Railroad Museum I want to go check out today. So it's going to be a short little video. It's a small museum, but it's pretty cool if you like trains at all, or the history of little Tennessee towns. But first I got to get a cup of coffee because I got my new coffee in the mail. So I got to check that out, get a cup of coffee, and then I'm going to go to a little bitty railroad museum. This is my first cup of Black Rifle coffee. Black Rifle coffee. Etowah L&N Depot Railroad Museum, built 1906, National Register of Historical Places. The Louisville-Nashville Railroad built Etowah between 1904 and 1906 as division headquarters for its new Cincinnati and Atlanta run. Workers were transferred from other L&N facilities or recruited from nearby farming communities. Company civil engineers laid out the new town in a muddy farm field with L&N buildings lining the tracks. Private businesses and residences for white workers were built to the west, while many black employees settled on the eastern side of the rail yards. The renovated passenger depot now houses a railroad museum and local civic and arts facilities. We're walking around the Etowah Train Museum. This is the old line. If you get a feel for it here, this is Copper Hill right here in the bottom. Ducktown. Now, watch where the train. See the train? This is the old line. Okay, follow it up. And then it followed the river, Hiwassee Scenic River, and all the way up to Etowah, and that's where we are on the top. That's where I'm at right now, is Etowah. This is the old line railroad. Show you some different things in here. This is the conductor's hat. Check this out. Some of the old tools of the old line. Now, in 1906, the railroad actually built this town. This is the new line, new town. In 1902, the Louisville-Nashville Railroad bought the mountainous old line, and then they basically just built a town. Now these guys here, watch this, these guys work in the old line. They ran the steam engines. There was an art to running a steam engine. It was a pleasure to run a good steam engine. When you got a diesel, well, you just sat there and let it run. There's an old this was the crew of the steam engines. Now in 1890, a typical freight train crew on the old line consisted of 5 men. The engineer, the fireman, the brakeman, and a flagman and a conductor in a caboose. Crews on passenger trains were larger to accommodate the increased demands of hosting riders. Down the stairs, there's a museum in the bottom, but I want you to see these stairs. Where we're at is at a train station. This is the museum. But check out these stairs. Beautiful hardwood floor. Now before we go down the stairs though, let's check out this one room where the passengers obviously waited. Very plush. Very plush room. Check this out. Alright, now we're walking down those stairs. I wanted to get the stairs in here because they're just old hardwood floor, just the oldness of it. Check this out. Etowah. Tune down there, look at that. Conductor's hat. The outside of the museum. I'm going to walk over here and see what I can see in this train car. I'm looking through the glass. This is the inside of the car.